The use of marijuana.
What is going on, Jets Nation? Welcome back to a Jets Media live stream. Today is Wednesday, February 21st, and I wanted to go live to break down the latest news, the latest rumors regarding these New York Jets, because there's a lot of things to talk about. LeSauce Gardner, LeSauce, is that what we call him now? He is recruiting a lot of players. Now, we saw this last year. Right, we saw Sauce Gardner be heavily active on social media, recruiting Aaron Rodgers, recruiting other players to the Jets. So this isn't new, but it is cool to see. Sauce Gardner actively wants Mike Evans. He's given us his Brennan Ayuk scouting report. I made a video yesterday about that. And there's a lot of, rumors and speculation about the New York Jets right now. We got news that Rob Calabrese is out as the New York Jets offensive out as the offensive assistant, right? He was the Jets quarterback coach, and now he is reuniting with his boy Mike LaFleur back in Los Angeles. So the Jets are shaking up their offensive coaching staff. I wanted to break that down, talk about where the Jets could be going in free agency, where the New York Jets could be going in the NFL draft, where we can expect them to be going, of course, in the trade market as well. So, folks, if you're just tuning into the show, do your boy a solid favor by simply smashing that like button on your way into the show. We greatly appreciate each and every one of you guys tuning in. As you all know, we do have a proud sponsor of Jets Media. It's powered by BetUS. You guys can click that link down below in the description to receive a 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits using code JOIN125. All of that details are down below in the description. So big time shout out to BetUS for being the official sportsbook sponsor of the channel. Daniel says morning. What's up, Daniel? It's not morning for us, but I know you're probably on the West Coast, so good morning to you, my friend. Last year was the year to bet on upside. Interesting. Recruit away, baby. We need to get sure things in free agency. You got that right, First State Jets. You got that right, okay? Love catching Richie at lunch. Well, Papa Yeti, thank you for tuning in, man. Happy to have you here, bro. Happy to have you here. I just need some Pittman for the Bills. All right, Neil, I see where you want to go in free agency for your Buffalo Bills. Michael Pittman Jr. on the Bills. That's definitely interesting, man. Can't wait for the BetUS show at 3 p.m. Richie and TD going at it makes my day. Yeah, the huddle has been really fun. If you guys don't know what he's referring to, I am part of a brand new show every single day, Monday through Friday on BetUS TV, and it's been getting heated. I've been pressing TD Finns Talk a lot, so definitely go check out today's episode at 3 p.m. In an hour from now. What's up, everyone? Go Jets. Yes, sir. Get Ayuk. Get Evans. I'm all in. I'm absolutely all in. Now, I'm sure you guys, if you don't follow me on social media, make sure you do. But if you don't, I got to show you the edits that I've been posting because I've been coming out with some jersey swaps. Now, can we manifest Brandon Ayuk on the Jets real quick, okay? Look at this beauty, okay? First of all, the reason why these edits are so gorgeous, number one, is why? Because these new uniforms are absolutely phenomenal. This is an edit of Brandon Ayuk in Jets green, and it is so beautiful to look at. The uniforms, I cannot wait to see these jerseys next year. I know that Jermaine Johnson is number 11, so Ayuk would not be wearing number 11, but he was 11 on the 49ers, so we just decided to do that for now. But man, can we just take a moment and appreciate how delicious these uniforms are? how gorgeous it is? Because man, oh man, does Brandon Ayuk look good in Jets freaking green. So right now, do you guys want the Jets to go after Brandon Ayuk? There's a lot of rumors and speculation that's linking the New York Jets to Brandon Ayuk simply because the Jets are heavily active, going to be heavily active in the wide receiver market, right? And Brandon Ayuk seems to be that guy that will be available in the trade market, and the Jets will be in that market. That jersey is rocking. You know it by now, baby. Can't wait to buy a Mike Evans legacy green jersey. So we know that Sauce Gardner is going all in for Mike Evans. He wants Mike Evans on the New York Jets. So do I. David says, D. Adams, let's get it. Go Jets, 2025 second-round pick. Do you guys think that'll be enough to land Davante Adams? A 2025 second-round pick for Davante Adams. Would you guys be in on that? David Hall, he's in it. Let me know if you guys are in the chat right now, because it's a thing of beauty. It is a thing of beauty. Yes, sir. Get everyone. Dakota's not satisfied. He wants everybody. Okay. Yeah, let's just go get everybody, Dakota. Too bad that there is a cap. There's a hard cap, so that's impossible. But folks, welcome to the show. Don't forget to smash that like button. We're going to have a Q&A in today's show. We're going to open this up for some callers because I want Jets fans to let their voice be heard in the chat, folks. So the hotline is open, okay? I'm going to put the link in the chat. It's been a minute since we had a call-in show. So there you go. Link is pinned in the chat. If you guys want to come on and talk some ball, talk some Jets, come on in, baby. Love to have you all tuning into the Jets media show, man. It's been a lot of fun. I've been extremely busy lately, building something special for you guys beyond Jets media, and that's Roundtable Sports and also the Knicks media channel and all those great things. And of course, we're prioritizing the Jets because the free agency period is right around the corner. We got the Combine coming up as well. So if you guys want to come on and talk some ball with me, I'm taking some callers right now. You can click that link that's pinned at the top of the chat to call in to StreamYard and talk to your boy. Jamal Adams will be back in the Jets uniform. Now, I made a video about this, and I knew right when I made the video, I'm like, this isn't going to go well because I know where Jets fans lie. They are going to absolutely ridicule me in the chat and just take all their anger on Jamal Adams on me. But hey, I got thick skin. I can take it. So Jamal's not coming back, okay? I don't know if anybody would even welcome him back in Jets fandom, personally. That's just me. But hey, we shall see. You never know. Crazier things have happened. I just don't think that Jamal Adams coming back to the Jets would be smart from a culture standpoint, in my opinion. And he's honestly not even like, he's past his prime, bro. He's past his prime. Way past his prime. Hennessy says Jamal not coming back. They don't want Jamal in the locker room. Yeah, no, that's the thing, man. The locker room already is a little thin right now, so we got to keep the boys and keep the culture intact. You know what I mean? Let me know who you guys want to get in free agency. Adam asks, realistic free agents you think we sign? I mean, there's a lot of different options, right? The free agency market's interesting. Mike Evans is definitely a name that I'm looking at, okay? You got to look at the wide receivers and the offensive line first and foremost. That's where the Knicks got to be able to, I'm saying the Knicks, I'm in Knicks mode. The Jets got to be able to prioritize wide receivers and offensive line. But outside of the obvious where the Jets need players, interior defensive linemen. Are we re-signing Solomon Thomas? Are we re-signing Quentin Jefferson? The safety position is going to need some work. Jordan Whitehead, are we re-signing him? Ashton Davis, free agent. Chuck Clark, free agent, right? So there might be some free agent safety moves to be made. There's a lot of different things. First Richie show in forever. Afternoon, I'm usually away from my workstation. Good to catch one live. Let's go, First State Jets. Appreciate you tuning in, my man. Glad that you were able to catch me live. O-line, O-line, O-line. You know it, Chris. Mike Williams, as soon as Chargers release him. Damn. Okay. Well, this is an interesting one because Mike Williams, there's rumors that he's going to be released from the LA Chargers because they're in cap hell, right? And if Harbaugh wants to get some cap space to kind of, fill out the roster the way he wants to, the Chargers might have to make a decision and cutting Mike Williams. So that's definitely something interesting. If that happens, the Jets should be all over it. Now, the thing about Mike Williams, that comes to my mind immediately is what? His injury prone. Okay, we don't want injury prone players. We're injured enough. But hey, definitely won't hurt to pursue that. Why it's so hard to put a profile pic up? I don't know, Dane. I like that profile picture of you, though. Joe Alt is my number one draft crush. Dude is a monster. Unfortunately, I don't see Joe Alt fall into number 10. I think the only way the Jets land Joe Alt is if they trade up. But hey, we've seen crazier things happen in the draft. We've seen players fall where nobody expected it. If the Jets are able to land Joe Alt in the draft, that would be an absolute home run for the New York Jets. And there's a lot of rumors about Elijah Vera Tucker that he may be the starting right tackle for the New York Jets. Because if you look at the Jets' offensive line right now, we got our stud center in Joe Tippmann, right? We got our stud Elijah Vera Tucker, who's coming off an injury, but we don't know where he's going to play on the offensive line. The Jets are trying to give him a home. Okay, the Jets are trying to give him one home to stay at. Is that right tackle? Is that on the inside? We shall see. Who will be wide receiver 2 to start the season? Now, that is going to be the big question all throughout the rest of the offseason, because we all know we are aggressive in pursuing a wide receiver number 2. The question is, who is it going to be? Mike Williams, Calvin Ridley, Mike Evans, Brandon Ayuk. We shall see. Mike D with the super chat. Adams is toxic and isn't good anymore. Yeah, listen, I definitely don't see the Jets getting Jamal Adams. Neither should you, but definitely an interesting conversation to have about it, because it's all speculation. It's all people saying, oh, I think the Jets should bring Jamal Adams back. I don't know. It just feels like it's one-sided, where Jamal wants to return to the Jets. Not the Jets have no interest, okay? The Jets have no interest in Jamal Adams, so let's not twist this narrative into that. But what we do know is that Sauce Gardner is actively recruiting players to come play for the New York Jets, and I absolutely love everything about that reality. Thank you for the super chat, Mike D. I really do appreciate you, my friend. You think we tag Huff or roll with the young guys? The Jets are not going to tag Bryce Huff. You know, it's a $20 million cap hit if they do that. Unfortunately, they just don't have the finances and able to do that, which is why the Jets drafted Will McDonald in the first place to be his replacement. Now, is that the right move? Only time will tell, okay? Only time will tell. I don't want Adams. Dude is injury-prone bum. It will cost too much to tag Huff, indeed. Got to swing for prime talent in free agency. Yes, sir. Absolutely. I think they let Huff walk unless he agrees to sign for like $15 a year. Yeah, I mean, the one thing we know about Bryce Huff is he's not taking a discount. Nope, he's not taking a discount to stay home. And you can't blame him, bro. Not sure if I want to, but Gabe Davis is used to the New York taxes and is out there. Yeah, Gabe Davis is a player that can definitely come to the Jets as a wide receiver too. He's an experienced wide receiver too, next to Stephon Diggs over there in Buffalo. I think I have a lot of other players I would prefer over Gabe Davis, but that's definitely a guy you got to think about. I think Huff wants to hit the open market and maximize his value. I could not agree more. He's not signing with us and will test the market. Absolutely. Huff is gone. Yeah. I don't think Bryce Huff is returning, folks. It's unfortunate, but it's the reality of things. Richie, what's going on, man? What's up, Austin? Thanks for tuning into the show, my man. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Guys, don't forget to do your boys a solid favor by simply smashing the like button on your way into the show. Let's go, baby. We're live on Jets Media Wednesday, 2:16 p.m. EST. And we got a lot of fun things to talk about. A lot of speculation, a lot of off-season drama, a lot of off-season news to talk about, right? The first thing is go get me Brandon Ayuk, please. Look at the jerseys, bro. The new uniforms are going to be phenomenal. Okay, I'm so happy that they got rid of that stank of the last 5 years, okay, because they suck, those uniforms. I can't believe I'm actually looking at a Jets uniform and it has aura, and it's like, wow, that's actually a beautiful uniform from head to toe. Look at Brandon Ayuk in a Jet uniform, okay? Bring him in, Joe Douglas. Bring him in, please. That would be great. But a lot has to go in our favor to bring in Brandon Ayuk. My man Jack's in the chat. What up, Jack? Yo. What up, brother? How you feeling about the Jets, Jack? I know you're feeling a certain type of way about our Jets these days. Why don't you fill the chat? Let them know how you feeling. Hope to have Jack back on the show soon. It's the off season, so things have shaken up a little bit. No thanks to Gabe Davis. That is Lazard 2.0. Good point. He does give off Alan Lazard 2.0. These are fresh. So fresh, dude. Will Ayuk, Evans, Devontae into existence? Yes, let's manifest it, baby. We need another running back behind Brees and Izzy. Yeah, I think the Jets can go out there. The Jets could go out there right now and either go free agency to get a cheap running back, but my guess is that they're going to go through the draft. Something about Joe Douglas I've learned is that he likes to draft a running back every year to keep that position young, keep that position cheap. And I could definitely see them getting their running back number 3, you know, in the NFL draft. That's where my head is at least. Guys, we got 26 likes. Don't forget to smash the like button on your way in, folks. Oh, man, let me hop on and I'll tell them. Your open invitation is always there, Jack. So let me know if you actually want to come on. I'll send you the link. Always. I would love T. Higgins, but I know we would have to overpay. Yeah. Not only do we have to overpay for T. Higgins, but we'll have to trade for him since he was going to be franchise tagged. We got rid of Michael Carter for no reason. Yeah, I'm a little salty. Not going to lie. Definitely a little salty about the Michael Carter situation because I didn't get it. I mean, listen, we wanted to give our boy Izzy some time, but we had 2 more years of control with Michael Carter, or another year. So why are we giving up Michael Carter? Definitely still salty about that. Jack, I just realized the link is pinned at the top of the chat for you to join, but I just texted you it because I do have the link pinned at the top of the chat. Richie, how much money do you want to bet that the Jets draft another running back and tight end that we won't use properly during next season? Well, Oscar, I don't want to bet that because I don't want that to be the case. Hopefully we draft someone that's utilized properly. Any off-season stuff going on, Rich? Absolutely. Always some off-season stuff going on. This off-season has been very different for me than usual off-seasons. Usually I'm like banging out Jets content, mock drafts, free agency. This off-season I'm doing a lot of work behind the scenes that you guys don't see because I'm planning on a big, big launch for next season. Something that's gigantic. That takes a lot of work and a lot of planning and a lot of investments and a lot of time and basically building a business, a sports business from the ground. It's a lot of time and effort. So that's why if you notice that I'm not as active on this channel as much as I used to be, just know there's a reason for it. That is a big, exciting reason for it. So if you're noticing Jets media is not as active and it's not bringing in as much traction as it usually does, just know it's for a bigger reason here. And I'm sacrificing that for something big for next season. And I'll leave it at that. I'll let you guys connect the dots yourself. Josh is in the chat. What's up, Josh? Hope you're doing well. Get a high-profile wide receiver 2 in Conk Ruckert is more adequate for a good tight end room. Yeah, absolutely. We need a high-profile wide receiver 2, 110%. And we all know that's the case. Thoughts on Brock Bowers, great receiver and blocker. I love Brock Bowers. I think he is a generational type of talent, but this is how I look at mock drafts. It's so hard for me to talk about mock drafts without knowing what the heck we do in free agency because I can't justify the Jets drafting Brock Bowers without knowing what the offensive line looks like. If the Jets go in free agency and just literally stack up the offensive line, then okay, go get Brock Bowers. But if they need a tackle, you got to get a tackle. You feel me? That's how I look at it. Thoughts on Zach Wilson? Is he staying or leaving? Zach Wilson is out of here. Goodbye, Zach Wilson. We just don't know when that will be. We just don't know when. All right. Mr. Jack McCallie.
Oh, snap.
Look at this guy.
How's the audio?
The audio's like way too clean.
Is it? All right, good.
It's
What's
like
going on, everybody?
It's like ridiculously. It's like better than mine.
It's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable.
How you doing, bro? How you been?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How's everybody doing, man? How's everybody doing? It's been a while since I've been on the channel. Happy to be here. I'm kind of dead inside when it comes to the New York Jets, to be honest. But we'll get into all the nitty gritty. Just happy to be on, man. I saw you were live. I'm like, dude, gotta hop on. And here I am, still rocking the Jets hat. Still got the Jets flag back there in the background somewhere. And yeah, man, it's been an interesting offseason already. The amount of times that I've heard Jamal Adams' name over the past couple of days, I feel like we're in some sort of weird time warp. I don't even know where my head's at with these New York Jets, man, but I'm just happy to be here. Happy to see all my friends in the chat. What's going on, everybody?
Yeah, man. Great to have you back. Absolutely, Jack. Now, the first thing I want to ask you is regarding offseason rumors. Would you be interested in trading for this player, Brandon Ayuk? And your
Oh,
thoughts of this edit and like the new uniforms coming for next year, because we don't know what the green uniforms look like yet. That's going to be officially revealed in April. But I had my graphics guy make this, and it's like, dude, like, what am I even looking at?
oh, your guy made that?
Yeah, this is a Jets media edit.
Oh,
It's
dude,
brand new guy, by the way. He's new.
damn. That's some good stuff right there.
Wasn't cheap.
That's some quality work. That's some quality work, man.
Was not cheap.
Yeah, I mean, that looks badass for sure. But Ayuk as a player, yeah, I mean, he would obviously be an instant difference maker for this wide receiver room, which we unfortunately learned throughout the course of this past season was not nearly as good as we thought it was going to be, outside of Garrett Wilson, of course. So, there's a couple holes that were exposed on this Jets offense this year. Wide receiver is definitely one of them. And bringing in a speedster like Ayuk, who is really kind of tough to say underutilized just because they have so many pieces on that offense, and it's tough to get everybody the ball. But I feel like if he was put on a team like the Jets, where he would have, obviously a more prominent role in the offense, he could really shine. Obviously, with a healthy Aaron Rodgers, with a repaired offensive line, that all goes a long way towards that as well. But a guy like Ayuk, man, sign me up. Sign me up, baby.
I mean, how can you not want a guy like Brandon Ayuk coming off 1,300 yards and being a number 2 receiver next to Debo? And we all know the Jets are in the market for a big, high-profile wide receiver next to Garrett Wilson. And we see Sauce Gardner. I mean, he has a new name, Jack. His name is LeSauce because he's the GM now trying to recruit. Now, we saw it last year. He was, he burnt the cheesehead to trying to get Aaron Rodgers coming here. And now this is the second offseason, officially, technically, with the Jets. And he's actively recruiting Mike Evans, Brandon Ayuk. He had a whole scouting report. What's your thoughts of Sauce Gardner being heavily active on social media, recruiting the high-profile players to the Jets?
Listen, man, part of me loves it. Part of me is just hates these players on social media. Part of me is an old man about it, and part of me is, super into it. Obviously, it kind of worked when you look at, how we got Rodgers here last year. Although I do obviously think that, the biggest reason that we landed Rodgers was because Nathaniel Hackett came here as well. But yeah, I mean, you'd love to see a young, great player, bona fide stud of a player like Sauce Gardner, trying to recruit other, great players to come here, because it shows that he, although this was obviously a disappointing year, it shows that, a player of Sauce's caliber is still all in on this team, still wants to win, still wants to, bring this team to where we as fans want to see it go. So in that respect, I absolutely love it. I just know social media can bring, more harm than good sometimes. So I get a little skeptical about these guys, on Twitter or X, as much as they are. But LeSauce, man, I mean, if he can make some magic happen, I love it. Every little bit helps.
Your only hope.
Let's face
Sauce.
it, man. We live in this world. We live in this digital world where that stuff is important and it is a factor. And, we see like, oh, this guy liked a tweet. And it's just like,
oh, this
these
guy
little
unfollowed
clues.
this guy, or this guy
Yeah,
followed this guy.
yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So it can get a little crazy, as you know, but yeah, man, it's exciting to see that.
It is interesting to see Sauce really that passionate to help improve this team, and he's trying to make an impact some way, some shape or form. We'll see about that. Now, I just showed you guys the edit of Brandon Ayuk as a Jet. Now, I do want to show you guys another edit that I posted today that my graphics guy made, and it's freaking legit, folks. I mean, look at this. Look at Garrett, our boy, Garrett Wilson, repping the new uniform. The attention to detail in this edit is ridiculous. Now, if you look in the background, you see Aaron Rodgers. You look way in the background, you see Brees. I mean, we know that Garrett Wilson switching his jersey to number 5. I mean, bro, look at this edit, dude. Like, what am I even looking at?
It's another wonderful, wonderful edit. And, Garrett Wilson is ingrained in Jets history at this point. So it's kind of weird to see him wearing a different number. I know he's only been with the team for 2 years, but is it not weird to see him, rocking number 5 or anything besides 17? It feels weird to me.
Yeah,
Obviously, we'll get
that's
used
Garrett
to it.
Wilson. You know what I
Yeah, no, obviously
mean?
we'll get used to it, but as of right now, it still feels very, very foreign. I'm like, who is this like rookie that we drafted?
Yeah, right. And guys, we have some I wanted to show you this for a reason because guess what? Just released a brand new Garrett Wilson graphic tee, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you guys want to get a t-shirt with this graphic on it, I just put the link in the chat. Garrett Wilson City graphic tee is available on the Jets Media site, folks. So you guys can get this shirt right now. If you click that link at the top of the chat, you can get your Garrett Wilson City graphic tee today. Now, I literally just dropped this a minute ago, or should I say our boy Paul, our merch guy, just dropped it for us. So if you guys want to get a Garrett Wilson City graphic tee, go check it out, because I didn't even think about putting this on a t-shirt, and then I posted it and I'm like, wow, I want this on a t-shirt. So I'm getting one. My guy's making one for me. I don't have it yet, but if you guys want to be the first ones to get your hands on a Garrett Wilson City graphic tee by Jets Media, definitely go check it out. The link is at the top of the chat, folks, on the Jets Media site. That's going to be freaking sick, bro. I mean,
that's beautiful.
The art, the attention to detail on this is ridiculous. I'm still like, look at Brees way in the back. You got Aaron Rodgers in the back, and then the green uniforms. I'm really excited to see the black because I don't know how that's going to look compared to our old black uniforms. We'll find that out in April.
Shout out to Paul Miano in the chat.
Yeah, man. This guy right here is the one who put this on the site. So shout out to Paul. He's our graphics. He's our merch guy. Nothing else. Don't really know him besides that. But yeah, guys, click that link at the top of the chat and get your Garrett Wilson City Jets Media graphic tee, baby. Let's go.
Let's go, man. Doing it up, baby. Big things. Big things. Loving it. Loving it.
All right, so let's get into some other rumors. Now, Mike Evans is most likely hitting the open market, and the Jets are obviously going to be all in on wide receivers, right? That's no news to anybody. So what's your thoughts, Jack, of Mike Evans? Like, when you think of the next receiver that the Jets should get next to Garrett Wilson, like, if you had a preference, would it be Mike Evans in free agency? Would it be a Calvin Ridley in free agency? Trading for Ayuk? T. Higgins seems unrealistic because they would have to trade for him and give him a bag. There's other guys like Michael Pittman Jr. There's some people saying like a Gabe Davis. Like, there's other tiers out there that's not like the big time names. Like, which player do you think out there you feel like would complement Garrett Wilson and, of course, Aaron Rodgers at the wide receiver spot?
What's up with Davante Adams?
Davante Adams, completely. I mean, that's the one right there.
That's the most intriguing name for me right there.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, dude, I mean, it's interesting. Speaking about Mike Evans, I love Mike Evans. I know you love Mike Evans as well. We feel the same way about Mike Evans, if I'm not mistaken. He's a beast, man. I mean, he's just, consistency has been his thing throughout his entire career. And for some reason, I feel like, you pair up a guy like Mike Evans and Aaron Rodgers, two veterans that just know what they're doing. I feel like that could be a monstrous combination. And, I don't really care about his age because, we have to face it. I feel like we all realize this, but we are still in this win now window, as sad as it is to say after what we saw last season. We are in a win now position. So to go out and get a guy like Mike Evans and not really worry so much about the long term, but to just go out and have a monster season next year, I'm really intrigued by him for sure. Obviously, we just spoke about Brandon Ayuk. I agree. I think T. Higgins is probably a stretch, although he's a super talented guy. But there's also some injury concern there. He screwed me over in fantasy last year, that's for sure. But yeah, man, there's so many options. I wouldn't mind a guy like Michael Pittman either. He's a super talented guy. He's got a big frame, kind of go up and get it type of guy. I feel like he could be complementary to Garrett Wilson. There's a lot of options. Are we going to go out and grab a receiver in the draft? I feel like we definitely are, but is it going to be that, number 2 type stud guy? We'll have to wait and see. And it is, going to the point you mentioned before, it's tough to talk about, the draft before any sort of free agency stuff has occurred, so all our heads are just filled with all these question marks until the window opens up next month. But beggars can't be choosers at this point. We realized last year that outside of Garrett Wilson, we really don't have any talent at the wide receiver position, at least any talent. We all are fans of Xavier Gibson, and Jason Brownlee showed some flashes towards the end of the year.
Yeah,
But
they're
we
like
need
the
a
depth guys, like
yeah, but we
5 and
need a bona
6.
fide wide receiver 2 and even
100%.
wide receiver 3. I think we really did miss Corey Davis a lot more than we thought we were going to last year. I feel like that was a
Yeah,
huge loss for us.
it was.
So who knows how Douglas is going to choose to attack this, but all these moves are potentially going to be some of his last. So whatever moves
Yeah.
he makes, it's got to be the right one for his
He's going to be
sake.
extremely aggressive. And that's the one thing that we
Yeah.
know that we can expect, at least from Joe Douglas and the front office of the Jets, is like they know their job's on the line. So they're going to be hopefully smart with their aggressiveness, where they doesn't like set this team back even more by going all in and then it all blowing up in our face, and having some type of long-term perspective there. But the Jets will be going all in and getting weapons and obviously building the offensive line around Aaron Rodgers, because that's going to be the most important piece here, is protecting Aaron and giving him the weapons he needs in order to survive and really elevate this team. Now, the Jets have also been making a lot of changes on the offensive coaching staff. We saw Rob Calabrese is officially gone, Jack. I don't know if you saw
See
that.
ya.
He's over there in Los Angeles,
Smell
joining
ya.
his buddy Mike LaFleur. We were all wondering, how is Rob Calabrese still on this team after like all this stuff? So luckily he's out of here. Okay, now I don't think that's gonna make us go to the Super Bowl, but the Jets are making a lot of offensive coaching staff changes, and apparently they're not done adding. So it's like it's good and it's crazy. You think about the opposite of the offensive and defensive coaching staff. We're losing defensive coaches because they're getting better roles elsewhere because they're good. Where the offensive coaches, we're letting them go because they suck, and we're trying to replace them.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's really hilarious to me, that our like
Yep.
safeties coach is being interviewed for defensive coordinator roles. Our special teams coordinator that was under Brant Boyer just got hired to the Giants to be their guy as a special teams guy. So that tells you all you need to know about how good our special teams coaching staff is, how good our defensive coaching staff is, and how putrid our offensive coaching staff is. So a lot needs to be figured out outside of just personnel, but coaching with this team, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to get too negative on here, man. I haven't been on here for weeks, so I don't want to come on and give too many hot takes. But if we're being honest, I don't think any of these guys deserve to be coming back next year, and that's going all the way up to the top. So obviously these lower end position coaches like Calabrese obviously take a walk, but I think that it's a mistake running it back with Saleh and with Hackett and potentially even Douglas. I think that that's where we're at. So I'm not surprised at all. And yes, the defense had a great year, so I'm not surprised at all that the defensive staff is being interviewed for better positions, and that our offensive staff is just being crippled.
Crippled indeed, man.
Outside of Hackett, obviously. So that's still
And
that's still a
apparently he's
huge
going to have
question mark.
apparently, I don't know how true it is, but we're hearing rumors that Hackett's going to be a lesser role in terms of play calling. I don't know what that means in terms of who's going to be calling the plays. Is
So
Aaron
why is he
Rodgers?
here? Like what
I
is he
don't
what is he doing here?
I don't know. It's just a
It's
nightmare.
unbelievable.
I have no confidence in Nathaniel Hackett. My only confidence in Hackett is that Aaron Rodgers, just like with Peyton Manning carried the Denver Broncos with Adam Gase in his year, that's the only thing we can hope for, is that Aaron Rodgers can carry Hackett, because we all know it's Rodgers' system. We knew that even before the season started. They're like, yeah, I mean, Hackett, cool, but it's all Rodgers. He's going to do everything. And then he went down, and we're like, oh, the team sucks without Aaron, and who knows what that'll be with him. So we shall see. Now, I do want to get your thoughts, Jack, of these specific odds with our proud sponsor of Jets Media, BetUS Sportsbook. As you all know, BetUS has been a proud sponsor of the channel all season long, and will continue to be all off season. And not only do they have a sportsbook, folks, but your boy has been live every single day on BetUS TV 3 p.m. EST, which is actually live in around 25 minutes. And you guys want to click the link down below in the description to sign up and open an account with BetUS today. You will get a 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits, which is a brand new deal that they're running right now. So definitely take advantage of their promotion. You use code JOIN125. They got 24/7 hour customer service and a fast 24-hour payout. So now, Jack, look at these odds because now listen, we're talking Super Bowl odds, okay? But the reason I wanted to show you is here are the odds for the AFC East to win the Super Bowl. What I immediately noticed, Jack, is that the New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins have the same exact odds to win the Super Bowl when the Dolphins were in first place in the AFC all year long. They lost it, and they went to the playoffs when the New York Jets never were even close to winning the division last year, and they didn't even sniff the playoffs where the Dolphins did, and we have the same exact odds to win the Super Bowl. What's your reaction to the Jets at plus 2,000?
It's very, very interesting, to be honest with you. I would not have expected that for the exact same reasons as you just said. But yeah, I mean, that's either. What do you think that is? Do you think that's more? I have a counter question for you. Do you think that's more disrespect towards the Dolphins or respect for the Jets? What do you think?
I'll tell you this. You look at across the NFL Super Bowl odds, the Jets are like top 10 in like likely. So like
Yeah.
Vegas likes the Jets, and obviously it's because of Aaron Rodgers. So like that's the only thing that's benefiting the Jets. Last year, there was no Rodgers. We sucked. They're expecting Rodgers to be healthy. In a hypothetical world, he gives them a chance to win it all. So if you guys don't know what the odds means, basically plus 2,000, you put $10 on this, you'll win $200. If you put $100. If you put $100 on the Jets to win this Super Bowl, you'll win $2,000. So if you feel like this is the year, take advantage of the code. But hey, who knows? There's a lot of other odds coming your way. I asked BetUS because obviously I'm, partnered with them, so I know the people in the higher ups. I asked them, like, when is the comeback player of the year odds going to drop? Because I want to see Aaron Rodgers' odds to win comeback player of the year. Because if he comes back and plays all 17 games and he's like good, like I'm curious what those odds are. Because if it's like plus 1,000 or something like that, like that's something I would consider because that is a guy who can easily win comeback player of the year, hypothetically, if he's healthy and plays to Aaron Rodgers' standard.
For sure, man. I have a question for you, man. I have another question for you.
I love it.
While we're talking about Aaron Rodgers, QB2, man. I'm hearing some things. Yesterday, I saw our buddy Matt O'Leary make a video. The Jets have interest in Sam Howell. Was it DJ Reed that was trying to recruit Brissett, or somebody was trying to recruit Jacoby Brissett? I don't know. This is something I've been asking myself for a while. I'm sure you've been going back and forth with it as all of us Jets fans have. Where's your head at right now? What do you think the quarterback room is going to look like next year?
I could be the minority here, Jack, and I made a live stream about it. I never thought of Sam Howell being a possibility. And then when I saw that report, I started thinking to myself, because this is how I'm looking at the quarterback too, right? What do we want? We want a franchise quarterback. We want a long-term answer. And Aaron Rodgers is not that. We know that he's here for a few years, and hopefully all things go well. He brings us to the promised land, right? But outside, and like the last year, we all had a comfort, like, okay, we have at least somewhat of a long-term vision that Zach can learn, and maybe he's the guy. But if we go out there and get just like an old veteran, like a Tannehill or Jacoby Brissett, that's good still for the short term. But I would love, like, being devil's advocate, like Sam Howell, for example, last year, he was leading the NFL in passing yards for the first 12 weeks of the season on a shitty, terrible Washington Commanders team. And then he kind of came down to earth and started stinking it up. Like, a guy like Sam Howell, who has NFL experience at 23, 22 years old, sitting behind Aaron Rodgers, like, I would love for the Jets backup to be someone young that I can have some type of thought process, like, oh, maybe he could develop and be the guy after Rodgers leaves rather than an old veteran just for short term. Like, I need somebody on the Jets. And the other, part of this conversation is, well, Richie, they can get Jacoby Brissett and then draft the guy in the mid-round this year, and the rookie could be learning, and he could be the guy for the future. And I get all that, but I'm not going to lie. Sam Howell, kind of, like, I know majority of Jets fans, like, no, we don't want Sam Howell, but I'm open to it just because, like, he has NFL experience. You're asking him to be the backup. I feel like if he did have to get slotted in, hypothetically, he is the backup, and Rodgers like tweaks an ankle or something, and he's just out for a game or two. I think Sam Howell is good enough with if the Jets' offense is has playmakers to throw the ball. He put up just under 4,000 yards on a shitty Washington team. So I'm higher on Howell than others because I've seen a lot of Jets fans knocking that idea.
Listen, man, that's a great point. You made a bunch of great points, and I think you've kind of opened me up to that idea as well. But I'll play devil's advocate for a second, just so people can hear both sides. Why I would rather rock with a guy like Brissett is because I'm going into this. I mean, obviously, knock on wood, man. Obviously, the goal is for Aaron Rodgers to play 17 games, and be the guy that we wanted him to be. But as far as QB2 goes, as of right now, this is whoever this person is, this is a person that I'm expecting to play at some point. Like I'm expecting this person to be out there
Unfortunately
starting, 3 or 4 or 5 games, unfortunately. If not worse than that. Let's pray to the football gods. So I would like a true established veteran like Brissett to be that quarterback too. And then, yeah, you could draft a mid-round quarterback to be quarterback 3 and still have that guy learn from Aaron Rodgers. I think either avenue is an intriguing one, but I think the safer one is probably the Brissett route. But you never know. With a guy like Sam Howell, that could be more boom or bust. And if it's boom, you get yourself in a sort of, Brock Purdy type situation.
Yeah, I mean, Brissett's the better quarterback. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Brissett's
but
the
who
better
knows what
quarterback
could
right
happen?
now.
You have a good point as well.
So like I'm just someone that has been desperate, like every Jets fan, for our guy, franchise guy. And like as much as I love Aaron Rodgers, I can't say he's the guy because he's not here forever. I know it's a short-term thing. So I'm just someone that loves to look into the long term, and that sparked my interest as a potential guy that can learn behind Aaron Rodgers. Will it happen? Who knows? We don't even know that. And also we'd have to trade for Sam Howell, so we shall see. Yeah. Golden Robert with the super chat, $10. New York Jets 8 wins. Breece Hall at quarterback 2 out of Wildcat. Yeah, maybe the Jets win an extra game if they just ran with Breece Hall at quarterback instead of Zach Wilson last year.
Man,
at the Wildcat spot.
Just run Breece Hall until he's broken out there and just see if we can make it happen like that. Yeah.
That's hilarious. Well, Golden Robert, thank you so much for the $10 super chat, my man. Really do appreciate it. Guys, let us know in the chat, what quarterback 2 are you most interested in for the New York Jets? Because that's
let me know, man.
Huge position that we don't know. Like Brissett, Tannehill, Minshew, Howell. I'm sure there's a lot of other guys that we don't even think about. And as you guys let us know your quarterback 2, we're going to hear a quick word from Manta Sleep, and then we're going to get into the chat to hear what you guys have to say. As you all know, we've had a proud sponsor of Jets Media for quite some time now, and they happen to be Manta Sleep. Now, if you guys want to use my promo code JETS, you will get a 10% discount code. That link is down below in the description. Now, you might be wondering, what is Manta Sleep? If you guys have any struggles with sleeping, I cannot highly recommend more the Manta Sleep Pro Mask. Now, I've been using this since they became sponsors of the channel months ago, and I literally wear this exact sleep mask every single night before sleep. Again, guys, this is what you got to invest in if you're having any difficulty with sleep. It is the most advanced sleep mask on the market, and I promise you, you will not regret getting your sleep mask. It absolutely takes out the light, 100% blackout, zero eye pressure technology. So when you put it on, you can open your eyes. But really, my favorite part about it is it completely turns out the light. So even if you want to put it on for a midday nap, or even you don't even want to take a rest, you just want to put the sleep mask on, even meditate. It's a really mindful practice, and I cannot recommend them more to you guys. They have a lot of different masks on their website. This happens to be the Pro Mask, which I personally recommend. It's what I use. But don't forget, use that link down below in the description, 10% off discount code. They have a Bluetooth mask if you want to listen to music. They got a silk mask. They got ones for kids. They got a weighted mask. They got a cool mask. Definitely check out their website. Cannot recommend them more. Thank you, Manta Sleep, for being a proud sponsor of Jets Media. Shout out, Manta Sleep, baby.
Love it,
All
man.
right. We got Gardner Minshew, definitely a hot name. I'd be open to Gardner Minshew.
I would be super down for Minshew.
Mike White, not happening.
Nope. Unfortunately not. Should have never let him leave the building.
Russell Wilson. Now, the only reason why Russell Wilson is even a possibility, Jack, is because
That's a real thing.
we can
Isn't
get
that
him for $1
crazy?
million. That's the only reason why it could work, because he is getting paid $40 million from the Broncos, so he can go to any team for a minimum because he's getting paid. So it's not like he's going to be annoying and be like, yeah, well, I want a good contract. He can literally sign for the vet minimum because he's still getting paid 40 this year regardless. So Russell Wilson is definitely an interesting one, but like I can't imagine him wanting to return with Hackett. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. But how about that, man? That's going to go down as one of the worst contracts of all time.
Dude, 100%.
What a failure that ended up being. Oh my gosh.
V-Man with the $5. Would you rather, as an American, welcome back Benedict Arnold, or as a Jets fan, welcome back Jamal Adams? What do you got to say to that, Jack?
I don't know. V-Man's always whipping out the history, man. Going back to the Revolutionary War with Benedict Arnold. I love it. But I guess I'd rather welcome back a former player than an actual traitor to the nation. So
Jamal Adams.
So Jamal Adams kind of putting me in a tough spot there, though, V-Man.
Jamal's back. Welcome back, Jamal Adams.
Nobody clipped that.
Yeah, right. V-Man. I mean, V-Man. What else can you say?
We love you, V-Man. We appreciate the $5.
Jacoby Brissett, definitely high on my list.
Yeah,
I
think that's my number one as of right now. Minshew's a close number two, but I'm really going for experience, and Brissett seems to be that guy.
Sam Darnold?
No. Although I could make some use out of this useless jersey that I have of his. Do you have a Darnold jersey?
Do I have a Darnold jersey? I got two. Do I have a Zach Wilson jersey? No. I do not.
Yeah.
I learned from my mistake. Well, guys, we are going to wrap up the show here now.
Yeah,
Why?
You got another show coming up.
Because we got BetUS TV, baby. Click that link at the top of the chat and go to the huddle right now. They're already calling me. They're like, hey, Richie, you have to be with us right now. Why are you still live? They're calling me at this moment. So if you guys want to go check out the huddle, that's going to be live literally in 10 minutes. It's going to be me, TD, Finstock, and Dan Mitchell talking about the NFL's most overpaid players and go into everything related to the NFL. This show has been a hit. I cannot thank you all enough because the views have been phenomenal. The support's been fantastic. Guys, click that link at the top of the chat. Go to this stream right now. I'm going to be live in literally less than 10 minutes. Go into the chat, say, Richie sent you. Let's go Jets. I want Jets fans representing in this. It's an NFL show, and we do appreciate each and every single one of you guys tuning in. So I'll see you guys over there on the huddle, presented by BetUS TV, and I'll see you on this channel again tomorrow. Peace out, everybody.
Peace.